Hi, class. Oh, hi, class. I'm going to walk through 04.02 real quickly, try to make it as fast as possible. If you have not watched the other videos for the lessons, please look through those because there's a lot of helpful tips that I've gone through, and I'm probably not going to repeat them every single time, especially different pieces of the lessons that are really important to look through. Different things to click on, different links to click on in the lessons that will help you um, with different aspects of each lesson. So this is what your update will look like in materials section. If you follow my cursor over here, when you pull up your course, this is what your course will look like when you first pull it up. This is week 2. So this is, if you're looking at this is week 2, and the assignments are 04.00, 04.01, 04.02, and that is what we're looking at today, 04.02. If you haven't already, fill out the Welcome to Spring survey. This is the week 2 update video. These are the assignments that we're working on right now. And the learning targets. Your learning targets for 04.02 are I can identify and use written and spoken vocabulary related to literary stories. I can identify and use isimo and isimo with adjectives. I can identify and use regular verbs in the imperfect tense. I can identify and explain the main idea and most important details from a literary text, and I can compare and contrast literary stories from Spanish-speaking countries and the United States. So lots of stuff going on in this lesson. So when you go down when you're on the materials tab, you will see your lessons, and that's what we're going to look at right now is go through 04.00 and hopefully have some time to look through 04.02 assignment. So I'm going to pause the video really quickly just so I can navigate and not have you watch the navigation. Okay, so when you're navigating, you can always go up to this menu tab right here once you get into the lessons and see this and go to Module 4. And you click that and the lessons will pull up. But I've already pulled up 04.01, 04.02, and it's the theme is ¿Qué cuentos leías con tus padres? So what stories did you read with your parents when you were little? So it says ¿Qué leías cuando tenías 5 años? Okay. That means what did you read when you were 5 years old? When you were little, maybe you used to read about dragons, monsters, fairy tales. Check out the common fairy tale topics you might have read about in a not so far away land. So the biggest thing here on this first page is just kind of introducing you to the content, as well as getting you to get this note guide. This note guide is really important. It's really helpful for taking notes. If you'll have lots of opportunities and reminders throughout the lesson to download it and print it. So this is your chance at the very beginning of the lesson to get that. You can print it, you can save it and edit it in a PDF editor if you want to, or you can print it at home. If you want it printed at the school and you're having trouble getting it printed at school, let me know and I'll try to work on that for you and figure out a way to get that done for you. Okay, I'm going to move me over here so that I can navigate. Okay, so get that note guide. Then we're going to navigate up here to the next part. So, el cuento de hadas. Okay. Cuando eras pequeño, ¿qué leías? Tal vez leías el cuento de hadas con tus padres en tu casa. En el cuento de hadas, tu personaje favorito era el príncipe encantador, que se montaba en un caballo y buscaba a la princesa que vivía en la torre de un castillo muy lejano. Let's review who and what you can encounter in a fairy tale. So this is a whole paragraph in Spanish. And I do encourage you to read through it because the best way to pick up literacy in Spanish is to read and practice reading. Even though you don't know every single word, you just practice, and a lot of times you get a lot of context clues with reading. But if you want some extra help, you click this little globe right here, and it pulls up the English. Okay. Now this is your section, we've already seen this through 04.021, is that you have this opportunity to look through this vocabulary. If you click on it, you can listen to it.
¿Qué leías?
Okay.
¿Qué leías?
¿Qué leías? Okay, so then you open this. This is a way for you to practice your pronunciation. You graba, which is record. Que leías, you stop it. You escucha. Que leías, okay. And it tells you if you get a green score like this, it means you pronounced it well. If you did it poor, you need to work on it. It might be red or yellow. So then you can practice it until you get that green, which is a really great helpful tool for pronunciation. Okay, you can click through here, and it goes through all the new vocabulary words in this lesson. So once you've done that, you can also go down here, learn some other new vocabulary. So this, you click through this. La bruja, okay, is a witch. Okay, so you click through that and see some new vocabulary, practice it. This link right here is getting you another opportunity to get the note guide. And this section is telling you what the cognates are for this lesson. So the cognates are el príncipe y la princesa. Okay, so the cognates are words that look like very similar to English and mean the same thing in English as in Spanish. Okay. También se dice is a section I've already talked about in previous videos where it's like different, it highlights variations in the language and vocabulary usage or pronunciation among different Spanish-speaking countries. So it's very interesting if you want to further your knowledge of Spanish all over the world. Okay, so let's go back up to the top and navigate to the next section. And this is atención. This is making sure this is something you need to pay attention to. Okay, so this is talking to you about superlative adjectives. Okay, you can read through all of this. Okay, so what it's mostly trying to get you to learn is how to say most or the least in Spanish. Ísimo and ísima are suffixes that you put at the end of your adjectives to form superlatives, like you are the most attractive or you are the least attractive. Those are superlatives, examples of superlatives in English. Like hottest, ugliest would be two opposite superlatives. In English, ísimo and ísima translate to very, extremely, really, quite, super, or the adjective est, like biggest, littlest kind of examples. Here's a guide to help form. So this is another opportunity for you to click this link and you can write these down and you have some more notes to study. Okay. So you're going to look at the superlative adjectives. Again, another link to click if you need, again, help. These are great because these are all very specific superlative adjectives that you can use throughout your lessons and your assignments. So it would be great to copy those down or you can print this. See this print here? You can print it or just copy it as notes. Okay. So La Historia de Rapunzel. Okay. So this has the story of Rapunzel. Okay. And if you need to help with it in English, you can click this globe here and it pulls it down in English. Another opportunity to get your note guide right here. And then it says, ojo. Okay, this is just a note of something extra information. Okay, and you can read through that. The word helada is an exception to the rule. And that's what it's pointing you to is el is masculine and ada has a feminine ending. But it defies the rule. Sometimes there's some irregular words. So this is masculine, but the word looks feminine, but it's a masculine word. So it's definite articles, and it takes a lot of memory to remember all of these exceptions, but it's just something that they're pointing you to hopefully further your fluency in Spanish. Okay, so you go to the next section, and this is when we're going to be learning gramática nueva. This is the imperfect tense. Let me check my time. Okay. Wrong thing. Okay. Still wrong thing. Okay. So you watch this video. Hobby is going to help you with your examples of imperfect tense. So watch this video. Then you can do your self-check. You just click through here, kind of self-check the knowledge that you've already learned. Okay, and so it says, remember, look at this. It means look at this. It can be hard to tell when to use the preterite or imperfect tense. Here are some words and phrases that signal the imperfect tense should be used. Okay, so this is another review. Okay, and this is great to look through. Words and phrases. Frecuentemente is frequently. Generalmente is usually. So all these are really great words and phrases that if people are using these or you are using these when you're communicating, you're probably going to be using the imperfect tense. So it's a good key to when you should use imperfect tense in Spanish. Okay. Go back up here, see the little arrow. Let's click to the next one. Okay, gramática nueva, using regular verbs in the imperfect tense. Just like the present tense and preterite tense, to form the imperfect tense, you drop the infinitive ending, that's the AR, ER, or IR, at the end of verbs, and add the appropriate ending as indicated in the chart below. So these are your verb endings for imperfect. You've got the AR verbs, or aba, abas, aba. These are verb endings. Then for nosotros, it's habamos, vosotros habáis, and ellos, ellas, ustedes is haban. So if you're doing AR, it'd be like, and you're doing hablar, like to talk. So yo hablaba, tú hablabas, él, ella, usted hablaba, hablábamos, nosotros hablábamos, vosotros habláis, habláis, yes. Ellos, ellos, ustedes hablaban. Okay, so these are examples. With ER and IR, they're the same endings, if you look at these. So for like comer, which is to eat, you would be like yo comía, comías, comía, comíamos, comíais, and comían. Okay, so these are examples. All right. You've got some examples down here. ¿Qué leías cuando tenías 7 años? What did you use to read when you were 7 years old? Okay, so different examples of how to use the imperfect tense. In the imperfect tense, most irregular verbs are no longer irregular. Here are some examples: tener, jugar, estar, hacer, querer, poder, dar, dormir, saber, conocer, y salir. Explore how these verbs look in a sentence. So it's saying that they're not irregular when you're in the perfect tense. So whereas querer is imperfect is irregular usually. In the imperfect tense, it's not. It's just querían. So you just take off the verb. The verb stem is quer, and then you take off your suffix is ayan. Okay, querían, not suffix. Verb ending. Okay. Okay, so go to the next section. Make sure I have enough time. Okay, I got 3 minutes. Okay, so this is giving you practice. You click here, you can practice. They'll tell you if you did it right. Mis personajes favoritos. So I'm going to do the wrong one. Okay, you submit. Okay, it says try again. Okay, review your note guide and try again. So this mis personajes favoritos, this is the same as like saying ellas, ustedes, ellos. And so the verb ending here is aban. So you're going to go to usaban. You submit. It says correcto. Okay, so you have an opportunity to practice there. Okay. ¿Quieres saber más? For more detailed lesson on these grammar concepts, select using regular verbs in the imperfect tense. This is another opportunity to get another piece of good practice. Okay. It's information that you learned in 04.01, but they're just giving it to you all over again. So if you need to review, that's a good place to review. Okay, then you go to the next section, and this is talking about La Bella Durmiente. Okay, this is like Sleeping Beauty. Okay, so you're going to listen to these stories. Okay, so each story is a little bit different, and these are all different stories. So you're going to be hearing a Puerto Rican retelling of this of this fairy tale. So you just click through it.
Había una vez un rey y una reina que vivían en un castillo muy...
Okay, so you listen. You can also read it. So this is an opportunity. You've got you can